Hi class, I wanted to make this video to give everyone a chance to understand the Cornell Notes assignment and wiki assignment. So I'm going to show you where you can find those guidelines and go over some of the things that you need to know about that. So first of all, if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you've signed up for a reading. And you can sign up for the reading that you will be working on for your wiki and your Cornell Notes assignment under Week 1 Class Introduction module. And then there is an actual link here that you can click. I will take you to a Word document on my drive, and then you can choose which reading you will be a part of. I have highlighted the people who signed up for 2 readings. So for example, Tina and Darren are signed up for Kindred, the section of the book called The Rope, but I've also highlighted spaces in red that are open for other people to sign up for. So until the spaces in red are filled, then you need to sign up in the spaces in red. And then once those are filled, if there's still spaces available, then the people who signed up for readings, who signed up for double readings, will be reassigned to other readings. So please make sure that if you have not signed up for the reading that you will be working on for the Cornell Notes and Wiki, that you do so immediately. If not, I will assign you a reading by this week. Okay, so once you go on there, and obviously you can just add your name. This is a fillable document. Okay, so once you've done that, then you can go ahead and exit out of that. And then you would have to go back to the class homepage and then go to the assignment instructions, and there's a folder called Cornell Notes and a wiki assignment. So the Cornell Notes includes an example of Cornell Notes, or 2 examples of Cornell Notes, the introduction to Cornell note taking, meaning what is it, and then the assignment guidelines. So I'm going to go over those right now. So your completed Cornell Notes are 100 points. You do have to turn in discussion questions. And then you have an analysis reflection that's 150 points. So the whole assignment is 300 points, but each part is worth a specific amount of points. So really the Cornell Notes, and the reason why I'm asking you to only do it once, is because it is an involved assignment, right? It means that you have to write out your notes, and you can choose to write them out on a notebook and then take a picture of them and send them to me, attach them to the assignment link, and I will show you where the assignment link is. Or you could do a Word document. There's also templates online for like Cornell Notes to use on Word documents. You can do that. So this is part of the reason why you're only doing 1 reading the whole semester for these 2 assignments, because they are big assignments and they're worth a lot of points, and they are, I'm asking for you to work hard on them. So the first thing that I'm saying is, Cornell Notes is a strategy for taking notes. And there's this video that you can watch. You can just click on it, and it tells you about like what Cornell Notes are and how they work. So the first thing you need to do is to prepare your Cornell Notes. That means like actually write out the notes in the different sections. And then if you have written them out, then attach the notes to the rest of your assignment when you turn it in. You have to create 3 to 5 discussion questions based on your reading. If I choose questions that I find are really, really good, then I will give you an extra 10 points for those questions because I chose your question. So, the goal here is for you to write questions that are very, very thought-provoking and that will help in discussion. And if I do use those questions, then you get extra points. And then the last part is 700 to 1,000 word short analysis and reflection So it is pretty short, but it's still an analysis and a reflection of the reading that you've done. So I'm asking you to choose a large quote from one of the readings. If you had multiple, some of you only have one reading. So if you're reading like, a chapter from, for example, Kindred, right, like the fire, which is a lengthy part of the book, then you want to choose like an important quote, a big chunk of quote that you want to use for your analysis. So obviously you can use your Cornell notes. But so I want the quote to be the first thing that you put on this part, and then introduce it. Why are you choosing this quote? And the main idea that you're writing about. So let's say you choose a part about working at a factory. And so you'll say, like, in this quote, Octavia Butler is describing working at a factory and how difficult the working conditions are at this factory. And this is a significant passage in the book because it speaks to a parallel way in which, the Black community has been made to work and has struggled with the understanding of work. And it's, trying to think about work in relation to enslavement. During the 19th century. And so I want to explore the idea of work in Kindred. So then obviously that's part of paraphrasing. And then also, why do you want to explore the idea of work? Like, how is this connected to you? And this is the part where you get to reflect on, there's students that are working 2 jobs right now to make sure that they help their parents because COVID has impacted them. And so, work is something that I think about a lot, right? So that's where you would reflect about why you're writing about work, and then give a real world example explaining how you understand the relationship between the idea of work and the novel and maybe enslavement. And then you have to make an argument. Why do you think that it is important for students at Oneonta, based on this particular thing and this particular example that you're talking about, should read these works, right? Like, why should they read Kindred? Why do you think it's important that I'm teaching this, or why other students should take this class? What about the readings is compelling? What did you learn that was new to you, and how did it help you? How did the reading help you deepen something that you had already, something that you knew about? Maybe you remember a lot about history class in terms of like reading about enslavement, and the book just helped you understand how people were living while being enslaved, versus just knowing that enslavement happened. So is there anything that you had to rethink because of the novel, or the passage that you're reading? So this is the kind of thing that I want to see you do in this analysis and reflection. So I do want you to analyze the text, and I want you to tell me about it. But then I also want you to think about, like, why is this important to students who are or will be in your position at some point in terms of reading these novels or these texts. Obviously, please use a Word doc and upload it to the assignment, 1-inch margins, 12-point font. Use MLA author date to cite your passages or your quotes. And obviously it has to be well written and edited for grammar and mechanical mistakes. So, this is 150 points that I will be grading you for. And I hope that this helps in terms of like what my expectations are in terms of this assignment. So the Cornell Notes Assignment, again, you do it for one reading for once in the semester, and it has 3 parts. 1 is the actual Cornell notes. 2 is 3 to 5 discussion questions. And the 3rd part is the analysis and reflection, and here you have the sort of guidelines for it. So once you have completed that, then let's say it's Friday at midnight and you're ready to turn that in. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the class homepage, and you're going to go to week 2 by Kindred because that's the week we're on. Let's say you signed up to work on Kindred and you're working on the Cornell Notes for Kindred for the first for the chapter 1, let's say. And you're going to go on here, and then there is going to be an actual Cornell Notes and Reflection link that you can click. It says this is where the assignment is. And then you can either write the submission, meaning you can copy and paste onto here, like the actual text that you've written on the Word document, or you can upload by browsing your computer. And just upload the files, including, you do have to absolutely upload the Cornell Notes file. And then the questions and the analysis and reflection could go on in here, but you could also just upload a whole file. So I hope, and then you would submit, right? And then it would give you a submission ticket. So that's how you turn in that's what I'm expecting of you for the Cornell Notes assignment and how you turned it in.